Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Define on TikTok Live. Today, we are doing our weekly Define Planner spread, and our theme is going to be these skulls. So you guys voted, and these skulls won. I think it was skulls or bats, and skulls took over. So I gathered some really cute inspo. I thought that this one right here was also adorable. I'm so excited to draw this one. I don't know where yet, but we're going to draw this. And just for those of you who are new on here, I want to welcome you. My name is Caitlin, and I am here with Define, where we are a woman-owned business, and everything we are doing is designed to help you navigate each day with purpose. I am using our Define Weekly Planner today. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Kelly. Are you guys ready to plan for today? We're going to dive right in because this is going to be what's the way I can phrase this? Normally we do so much different colors, and you can see it's pretty vibrant, but this one, hey Lila you, hey Jenna, but because it's going to be a skull theme, I'm thinking we focus less on the colors and more on just like the overall vibe. So I've gathered some great inspo. No worries, Kelly, I'm glad you can tune in. What is everyone's theme for the week? My weekend was honestly so nice. I did the pumpkin carving, went for a lot of walks, did 2 really, really long walks. So that was fun. How was your weekend? Oh, you're also doing skulls. No way. It was harder to find some inspo than I thought, but I gathered some that I thought would work. I also like those candles, but this one right here I thought was so cute. Yes, it was a skeleton, but I feel like that can count for the skull just because of the head and stuff. I loved it. We're going to draw this one at some point. So I got a lot of inspo, and we're just going to dive right in. You did lots of hiking. Wait, that's amazing. Oh no, not another rabbit hole, Lilu. Where do you live again, Kelly? Where are you doing these hikes? I'm just going to move this so I don't hit it. Oh, it was fun and relaxing. That's such an ideal weekend. Ooh, a candy theme. And okay, Southern Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I've never been to Wisconsin. Okay, we're going to start with, hey Britt, so the way that all of our planners are set up is that this is your weekly layout, and there's going to be those morning, afternoon, and evening boxes. So it's that daily planning on a weekly basis. And you are also going to have your accountability trackers every single month. So you get to really focus on establishing those healthy habits through your fitness tracking, your water tracking, mood, budgeting, your monthly, which we always set these up together. So next week we'll be setting up November, which is kind of crazy. Monthly is with gratitude, people to contact, important tasks. And then the ones we are currently working on, which is our weekly. So that morning, afternoon, evening, affirmations, to-dos, and so much more. I'm going to start off with what pathway we are focusing on. So for this, I always like to flip back to last week, but also the monthly calendar. So, hey, Rach. So last week, we continued our fitness goal, and more specifically, these are all the A5s, meaning 5.8 inches by 8.3 inches. So 5.8 by 8.3. And you're going to have your monthly action items, which this month we've been focusing on, thank you, on brisk activity 5 days this week, as well as our weekly action items. And then I did want to flip back as well, because I always like to just check in, review our week at a monthly glance to just see what we have going on. So we are at this week right here. I cannot believe next week is Halloween. That one went by so fast. So nothing too crazy going on this week, except aside from our One More Chapter book club, which I'm so excited about. I actually printed out the image and got it all ready for us. So I host the One More Chapter book club on TikTok Live, where every other month we have the independent woman author join us. We read Blake Dodge's book, The Chemist's Daughter, and she will be joining us on Thursday to discuss it. And I also want you guys to know that every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern, I host a 60-minute reading sprint. And that's a great time to reconnect with your goal of how many books you want to read. I was just checking out. I got this pack a long time ago, and I wanted to see how we were doing with the tips. They came, I think, with 4. I got 2 packs of 2. So it looks like this one's probably the unused one. These 3 are about the same level, so we're just going to grab this one. And we're going to start with that weekly pathway focus. And again, our theme this week is skulls. So it's going to be more of a gray-black theme. So starting off with that fitness, I thought it would be cute to do a little skull. I feel like cute's never the right word to use with a skull theme, but it fits. So we're just going to keep it pretty simple on this box just because it's easier that way. And we are going to draw a pretty simple skull. Get us warmed up here. This will be his mouth. Perfect. What is everyone focusing on this week? Good morning. I'm so excited to hear that, Angela. Are you doing a theme? Are you just setting it up for the week ahead? How are you going about this? I did want to grab, we're sticking with our fitness goal. Good morning. How are you? How was your weekend? I'm going to do these like a little spooky looking. So just like that. You're focusing up on your volunteering. How are you going to do that? That's a great focus. So then we're going to carry over our monthly action item, which is why I flip back. And our monthly action item is brisk activity 5 days a week to help us reach our umbrella goal of move my body consistently in ways that spark joy. So this is how we're going to be making that long-term progress over a period of time. It really builds that consistency and helps you want to reach your goals. So I think we're going to fill this out with different skulls in the background, but I always make the mistake of doing all of the backgrounds in black and then having to write over it. So we're going to actually do it in the gray Stabilo pens. Focusing on friends this week. And how are you going to do that? I always like to know what we're going to put in place to help us reach these goals. You're setting set schedules of hours each week, and this week you're going to actually check in. That is I'm so proud to hear that. That's going to allow you the opportunity to monitor your, progress and make sure that you're volunteering as much as you would like. I'm so proud to hear that. Lots of lunches, ladies who lunch, right? That's going to be so fun. For the skulls I want to do back here, I really want to keep it pretty simple for these spots. We'll be adding in some more creative skulls when it comes to like the weeklies, but for here, we're just going to do a little background of skeleton skulls. I think it will be really cute. So these ones right here, and I'm going to do a tombstone for the goal itself. So that we're going to actually start with first. Sorry for the little teaser there. But we're going to start with just a little tombstone here, and that will be where we write the goal. I think it's helpful to have that separation. So let's see. And then, perfect. Just like that. Oh, that's exciting. That's going to be a great challenge, Kelly. Have you done anything like that before? And then, perfect. Next, what we're going to do is just add a little shadowy thing in there. And then we're going to specifically write out these action items. So for this, let's take our Pilot G2 pen. That's amazing, Kelly. I'm so excited for you. And you said that's on Wednesday? You got this. Make sure to practice so you're well prepared. That's always helpful. brisk activity 5 days this week. And so for this, I've actually been doing like the Gabby George arm series. I was documenting it last week, so I'll be on day 8 next. Oh my gosh, no way. That's crazy. I love to hear that. She's going to resonate with this one. Ooh, that makes sense. We love a challenge. What's that challenge going to look like? This, we're going to keep doing the Gabby George. And then daily walking. And I've been challenging myself to really reach my step goal and actually like add on. So I'm actually trying to average about like 7K steps a day. So I want to actually add in a spot this week where I'm tracking that as well. And yes, I found her arm series on TikTok and I was like, that's a great way to get back into the consistency of it all. Because I needed something to just help me get back into the swing of things. Oh, that's so exciting. How did that go? Yes, it's every day. So it's a 14-day series, I believe, with 7-minute daily, just little arm workouts. They're like, you don't stop for 7 minutes, and I'm loving them. They're really getting me back into enjoying the process of working out again. And it's a great starting point. I highly recommend. And it's free on TikTok. Like I just used her TikTok series. It's the best. Your youngest, we already have a plan to have. Oh, that's amazing. That's going to be such a fun birthday party. That's one he'll never forget. I also wanted to. Ooh, you could do. You know what? See how it feels. There's a lot of free resources out there, but this one's just a little lighter and a little easier of one. Not quote easy, but because nothing's easy, but it'll help you to get back into the swing of things. At least I find that. I wanted to add in our positive affirmation next, and that I found under our mindfulness sticker sheet. And this one's going to say, I am giving my body the care it needs. And that really resonated with the goal of it all while motivating us to connect with our why about our fitness goal. Oh, and Jenna, you'll have to let me know what you end up doing with it. If you like the series, if you find it's not enough for long term, which I could totally understand. Yeah, totally fair. Also, I watched episode 1 of We Were Liars and I really liked it. So I'm going to keep that going. Just so you know. I was like, I have to watch it. Okay. Next. I really liked it. I was a little confused at first, but then I figured out we were switching times and all that. So I really enjoy it and I'm hooked. I'm going to keep going. The next thing I wanted to do is actually add in our weekly action items. That's super important to make sure that we are scheduling in time to get these done. So, hold on. I have to take one step back, actually. We're going to add in our live schedule first because you always have to plan around what you already have in your schedule. So first, of course, we do have this live. So we're going to add in a little skull using just that Sharpie pen here. And for this skull, we're going to keep it looking cute, pretty simple, so that way we can draw it consistently. So let's see here. Right over here. Adding in a little jaw. Adding in the eyes. I'm going to make it a little bigger, I think, next time. but that is A-okay. Skulls are actually a little harder to draw as I thought. Yes. Okay. I'm already pretty hooked. So I can see that. I didn't know anything about it going into it. And then I'm going to take this one right over here. Hey, sunshine. No worries. This week's theme is skulls. It's a little hard, but I'm excited to see where it takes us. I've gathered up a lot of different inspo. I love this skeleton that we're going to do. We're going to see where it takes us. Right now for the lives, because I wanted to keep it straightforward and recognize, okay, this is our live schedule. This is what we will be doing to symbolize that. Are you doing a theme, Kiara? The next live will be tomorrow night. Yes. Okay. I know. I'm so excited. I was watching it going, okay, should I be taking notes so I can talk about it with Jenna? And then, let's see, we'll do another one down here. You guys, I need you all, Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, join me for our 60-minute reading sprint. It is such a good time. You really get to, oh, sorry, I was just looking at the skull drawing, and I saw that there was another option. I thought I did it wrong, but never mind. 60-minute reading sprint every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on TikTok Live. And no notes needed. Okay, good. I'm so excited. And then... Ooh! You know what? Kiara, you got to trust the process. I love that. You got to go with it. You lean into it. Sometimes the doodling gets you a little carried away. You're like, I'm having too much fun. I just want to draw more. And I feel that so much. Make sure to always send me your weekly spreads too, so I can go ahead and post them. The skull looks a little weird, but that's okay. Hey, Christy. You can send them right on here or on the gram. If you want to send it on here, I will just have to approve your message and then come back and send it again, if that's okay. I would love you guys to do that. And then this will be that reading sprint. Jenna, are you behind in your planner too, or... Yes, you can. Good morning, Tara. Amazing. And then Thursday night is our book club, which I'm so excited about for the author Blake Dodge to join us. I actually printed out this picture. Totally fair. It happens to all of us, I feel like. This is the chemist's daughter. I can't tell if you guys can see that. There we go. So I printed this out. It is a 1-inch height, I believe. Let me just double check that actually. So if you guys ever wanted to do this, I like to get the books and then I just make them the right size. So this size is actually a 1.25-inch height. And you can actually do it bigger. The reason I did this was just so I could also write in exactly what it is. I put it on the construction paper. Hey, Julie. And so I'm just going to grab my glue stick and attach it in now that we're on here together. And this will be taking place this Thursday night, right here on TikTok Live. That event is all up and made, so you guys can register, and you'll get notified when we go live. And I'm so excited to discuss the book with the author herself. And then Friday, you guys will all vote in our TikTok stories. Oh, speaking of, okay. So next week, our theme is going to be you are a teacher. I would recommend this one that I currently have pinned. So many teachers love it. What's amazing is that you get different list types, and it's to-dos, work reminders, personal reminders, projects, meal planning, the daily morning, afternoon, and evening boxes. This is going to help you also plan out your months and even hold yourself accountable with the accountability trackers. It's a Sunday start. So much in here for you to utilize, especially as a teacher as well. Sorry, I got off topic. Because this Friday you guys will be voting for our November book club pick, I am going to not be doing a plan with me vote. It's going to be a Halloween theme next week. Of course, it's Halloween, so I was like, this is the perfect addition. So next week's theme will be Halloween focused. So this one's going to be, let's see, I'm going to write it as I'm trying to decide if I want, because I want to write author spotlight. One more. We're going to go 8 o'clock. One more. Book club. And then we're going to also have it say, I'm going to do the author spotlight going down. So author spotlight right down here. Oh no, so close. I almost fit it all, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's a shame though. That's okay. We're just going to go with it. And then that also leads me into how I like to go about this next. So I'm going to start this off with, before we add in our weeklies to the week, I wanted to start by adding in our to-dos because those are also so important to make sure that we are caught up with on a weekly basis. And this is really where the color portion is going to come in this week. I'm going to grab our red Pilot G2 pen, and that is what I use every week for our to-dos because it does create a sense of urgency. I did have looking into the acrylic paint markers last week as a to-do. Time got away from me, so I'm going to actually carry that one over this week so I can really prioritize that. So that way I can not forget to do that this week. So acrylic markers, we're also going to have the book club vote on Friday. But that's less of a, we're going to write that down. Book club vote. Oops, that's okay. We're going to grab our whiteout because I did not mean to write that down there. I don't know where my brain was going. Perfect. Like, wow. It was like it was never there. Okay. So we have acrylic markers. I am showing you the A5 size. So in the mid-years, we do not have the B5s available anymore. We did sell out. These are the A5s, which are still perfect for anyone looking for a planner. The B5s are available in the 2026 start planners, which are not out quite yet on here. But I think that the A5 is still going to fit you best if you wanted a planner that starts right now. Yes, lady, now is the time. Does that clear things up, Mrs. Burt? Also, I think, lady, your birthday's coming up, right? Yes, your birthday is the 23rd, so almost happy birthday. That's kind of funny because right before you wrote that, I was actually thinking, I have to add in lady's birthday. So it's funny how that happens. So to-dos again. Great question. Okay. So they'll be available on TikTok very soon. I don't have an exact date yet. if I can't, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. Could someone, Jenna, do you mind writing in the chat about the other option for the New Year calendars? I can't say it on here, but there isn't that option. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then the where you can grab our planner, our 2026 planners at the moment. What's going on with that? I just can't say it on here, which is so frustrating. But I want to make sure you're getting the exact planner that you want, Mrs. Burt. Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you so much. That is exactly where you can get them right now. And LIB for those. Aha, that's what I can say. And then the work reminders and personal reminders, this is where you are going to keep track of anything that long term that you don't want to forget to do, but it's less urgent for this week. And then same thing for personal reminders. And then okay. The next thing we'll do is I'll also be posting a video going over more about those 2026 planners too. So you guys make sure you're following to stay up to date with the latest that's going on here to find. The next thing that I like to do is we're going to start by adding in our weekly action items. So again, doing that workout every day and doing our daily walks. So to this morning, I got my walk in before the rain happened. So we're going to note that as well. For these, I want to keep track of my daily walks. How do I want to look this to look? I'm going to grab the Stabilo pen. And I first want to note that I did go for the walk, and I'm going to actually do these as check boxes. I like to also keep track of these in our accountability trackers, whether it's the fitness and the daily routine. But in addition, I like to have them on my weekly so I can really get that full experience. So I'm going to put a little check box next to it so I can start my day checking something off that I did, because that really helps me to keep going and boost my motivation. Thank you so much, Jenna. I appreciate you guys so much. And then Saturday, so Saturday is okay not to, because first of all, I wrote daily walks, but Saturday afternoon, my walk is just going to look a little different. I think they're going to like a corn maze and like this fun fall day thing. Hey, Julie. Oh, thank you so much. So that is step 1, or technically, I guess, 2 of my weekly action items. But second, I'm going to add in what day we're on for that little series that I'm trying to do. So we're on day 8, which will be today. So for that, we're going to, I think keeping that consistency with that Stabilo gray pen is going to be our best option. Oh my gosh, no, I actually have the cutest idea. Okay, we're going to take a piece, we're going to do a little washi tape, like a fake washi tape. I'm going to grab my ruler and right down here, I'm just going to draw a little rectangle. Ooh. Maybe this one's given, it's on its last legs, I think. Okay. And then, so again, I said day 8. What we're going to do is, where did I have that inspo picture? I thought it was cute just to keep it simple, but still on theme. Aw, Melissa. I love to hear that. I loved last week's. Ooh, what is that? I've never heard of that. We're going to do each little washi tape a little with like a... Does that sound any better? Okay. That's so weird. How do I fix that? That was weird. I didn't do anything. That's so strange. Okay, well, I don't know if it went back. I was asking what the winter cure is. I've never heard of that. Thank you guys for letting me know. I really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. Again, always let me know if you can't hear me. That's so weird. Oh, that's a weird sound. Hi, welcome back to Radio with Define. We are currently working on our planners theme for the week, adding in our, do I sound like a radio host? But I was seeing so many of those like skeletons and like the really big, I don't know how to explain them, the really big decorations in the lawns. And I'm always so afraid. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. I would be so afraid driving into my driveway, seeing them every night. I feel like I would think they're a real person every time. Oh. Wait, that sounds like an amazing type of series. I'll have to check it out. That's really helpful. Okay, we're going to see if this one's going to be better. All over the place with what color to choose. Next, I'm just going to add in this. And then where did I put that one? That honestly makes so much sense. Winters are not easy. Okay, I don't know. Can you... Not as cute, but we're going to make it cute, guys. I promise. I was trying to do a different like type of technique, like in terms of my doodles this week. We're going to resume regular programming in a moment because this is not looking how I thought it was going to come out. And then we're just going to color that one in with the okay. Exactly. That's what we're going to do. For sure. We're going to add more doodles. We got this. This one I'm going to have to do in the morning. I love that. Stickers are always such a good way to add personality. Ours are also restocked, you guys. So if you're looking to restock, now is the time. And then this will be day 11. We're going to do this pattern right over here. And what this is allowing us to do is schedule in time to work on our weekly action items. I'm so excited to hear about this. It sounds like you're making some amazing changes, Jenna. I have a really good inspo pic, Crystal, that I'm going to do in a moment, or in just like a few moments, I think. It's going to be so cute. I'm so proud to hear that, because that's a hard thing to do. And then I think Friday would be a good evening time. Perfect. Now we're done with that. The next thing I wanted to do is we're going to go ahead and I really want to fill this up with more theme related doodles before we add in everything. So what I wanted to start with was, speaking of what you just suggested, was that little skeleton. I found this and I thought it was perfect for this theme because it still fits with the skulls, because it's really the head prominent, but it's also going to add in the full body. So we're going to do that in the Sunday afternoon / evening box. So I'm going to start with just pencil, because you never know. And so for this, we're just going to start with that head. Drawing in the eyes. Little nostril here. Then we're going to go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3. Adding in the little spine thing. Oh, that's supposed to be a little more of a rectangle, so we're just going to grab that eraser. That's why pencil's the best. Perfect. And then we're just going to go ahead and do the little ribs. And we'll do 3 total, so 1, 2, that one I'll fix. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll add in the hands. And for this, we're just going to go with, like, I don't know what you call these little curvy things. And then the little hands. And then the other one's going to go down so he looks like he's dancing. And this one we're just going to do 2. Oh, I only wanted 2. Oh, I did 2 on both. Good. I was like, wait. And then we're going to do the little pelvis thing. And then his legs. Perfect. 1, 2. And then his little feet going this way. And then the same on the other side. This is one boogieing skeleton. Perfect. And then we're just going to go over it. And then I do my erasing after. One, two, three. And then we're going to make his eyes right here. Just like that. And then his little nose, which I did want to make just a little taller. Perfect. And then we're going to trace the rest of his body. What's nice is that with this style, like I don't need to go exactly over the pencil. I can make it, this is where I like to round out anything that's, you know, needs rounding out. Okay. And then his little hand. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. And then we're going to trace the legs. And then for his feet down here, I didn't do it, but we're going to go 1, shoo, just like that. No big deal. Okay, and then I'm going to let it sit for just a second, and then I'll erase it just because I don't want to risk it. That would be sad. And what I wanted to do next is I like to add in a to-do list for the afternoon box, but we're going to title it priorities. So this is what has to get done this week for work. You don't want to carry it over any longer. And for this, okay, that was enough waiting. I wanted to see what it looked like. For this, we're going to do a little skull in the corner over here. Where do I have that one? Right over here. I thought that this one would be cute. So we're just going to follow the how to draw a cartoon skeleton. And we're going to have some fun with it. And then I will go back and trace this with gray, the gray highlighter. Okay, I think I was supposed to start with the eyes, but that's okay. And then okay. Oh, wait. So what we're going to do is actually fix this up just a little bit because I want this to come down longer, right about where the nose is. And then we're just going to add his little mouth with some teeth. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough room for this. I might have to abort this. Hold on. We're going to have to adjust this because I do not have the room that it's also a lot more intricate than I was planning on. I think we're just going to stick with more simple skulls, keep our life a little easier and cuter. So we're going to actually do, oh, whoa. Absolutely. Let me hold it up. I could definitely make it smaller. If I want to, I'll put it in a different spot. I might do it on the Friday morning evening box. Oh, hold on. you are. I think I'm going to do it in the Friday evening, Saturday morning. I wanted to prioritize my to-do list here. And this is just going to fit it not enough. Here, I can put it right up here too. Go ahead and screenshot, you guys. This one's really helpful. For the priorities, absolutely. Because I need to it's so much more important to prioritize your actual to-dos when you need to. That's why I'm going to switch the way I was going about this and do just like cute little skulls. But again, cute doesn't go with the word skulls, but you know what I mean. This, and then we're going to give it a little cheeks. That's what's going to make this one cute. And then we're going to add in the jaw. And then we're just going to, again, trace it with that Sharpie pen. And then I'm going to take I'm going to go like that. And what this helps us do is, right? That is, I like to hear that. I always come back in the afternoon to our planner, and that's when I go ahead and I really set up my priorities for the day, for the week actually. And then this will be work focus. Oh, like this one got a little cut off, so we're just going to color that over again. Perfect. The other thing that's helpful is to go ahead and schedule in when you're going to get these to-dos done. Oh, I forgot something. So like I know tonight I really wanted to order the photos, and I'm going to renew my passport. Oh, I have to get a picture of myself. Well, that's what I have to figure out, so. Perfect. Next, add in any meetings that you have, and then we can add in more skulls. Right? Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Then what we're going to do is I really want to add in, there's this one doodle that I really liked and I thought was so cute. We're going to add in this one right here. So that's going to be next. For that, we're going to actually do it in between these two. So for the bottom, right? It's so cute. And yes, I think so. I know. We're going to do the hard-eyed one in a moment as well. This. And then. Anytime you want, ideally before Friday. I try to get them out Sunday or early Monday. I'm so excited to see it. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I love this. This is always the highlight of the week. Well, this and book club when we have it. And then what we're going to do, let's go like this. So this one's going to go. And then we're going to add in the little mouth again. And then this one looks like it's crying. So this one we're going to do at an angle. I mean, if I was at this angle, I'd probably be crying too. Okay, and then we're just going to trace. Again, going in with those Sharpie ones. How is everyone's week? How is everyone's planning working out? Are we confident in what we have going on this week? Are we feeling already a little better about how we approach this week and more in tune with our priorities? Because that's really where I find that having the planner makes such a difference, is it really reduces that anxiety, because you can make a literal plan of, okay, this is what my priorities are, and this is when I'm going to get everything done. So it takes that unknown factor out of it, which is, of course, what causes all that anxiety, and it gives you something to go off of. Yes, okay, Katie. I'm telling you, make a time for yourself to do it, because it's easy to like keep putting it off and like, but once you just sit down and do it, you're going to instantly feel better. So even if it's just 10 minutes. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Angela, because I feel that so much. It really helps with that, because again, that unknown. And then we're going to also, and because I know I do them really creative on here and stuff, and I want you guys to remember that the purpose of this is to hold ourselves accountable, stay connected, and I just have fun with my planner as well. Like, this is one of my outlets. It doesn't matter what yours looks like, okay? I can't emphasize that enough. Have a system in place that works for you. Maybe it's not doodling. That is A-okay. If you ever have any questions on how to plan, just let me know. Oof, did you move? Wow, so many of you guys moved this week. So you're the second person. Where did you move far? I mean, moving's never easy. It doesn't matter how far it is. I'm just always curious. And then we're going to angle this so it's just at that better angle for us. Oh my goodness. Yikes. That sounds, whew. That's really tough. I don't honestly know if I could, oh my gosh, that is like the longest road. How long did that take you? That's crazy. Like, I know it took you 26 hours, but how many days, I guess, would that be? I could not imagine doing that without stopping. I could barely imagine doing that with stopping. That's wild. And then down here, we're going to do, I don't know what you would call these, but they're kind of cute. I like this. I haven't actually drawn one like that. Yes. Okay. That's what I was expecting you to say. Oh my gosh. Imagine if you were just like, nope, we didn't stop once. I would have been like, wow. That's crazy. Okay. So cute. And then, okay. Yes. That's the best feeling. I also wanted to make sure I did go back and add in an outline to this. Oh my gosh, do it. What would you name them? Skull, Scully, and Skull? The only name that's coming to my head is Ralph. I don't know why. I don't know a Ralph. Skull. Oh, well, that's a good. I like those ones. Okay, those are much better. I'm in. Did you really? Was he tough? Yep, yep. That's so wild. Was that their legal name or was that their nickname? Oh, I also wanted to add in, okay. Trying to think about how I'm going to be going. So I plan in lists, right? So every day I kind of carry things over. What do I want to work on? What needs to get done? Wow. Wow. Huh. Bones the pilot. Fascinating. And then I'm going to actually do the same. I also like to reevaluate Wednesdays for like a nice midweek check-in. I think it just keeps everyone on the same page. It keeps me knowing what I need to really get done and ramp up. Check out the LIB, Angela. That's going to give you everything you need. Oops, priorities. Oh, well, that's just sad. Next, we're going to do the, okay, I found this cute one. Does that make sense, Angela? I just want to get that clarity. I liked this little guy. I thought that this was adorable. We're going to do the 3D skull down here, and we'll do this one up here. But we're actually going to make them hearts. They're not going to be stars. Totally valid. I was wondering if that was the case. Let me see. Oh my gosh, do not be sorry. It's just tricky when I can't quite say it on here. Does someone mind helping Angela out? It's all confusing, I know. Never apologize, you guys. LIB. And what that means. Okay, totally fair. Let's see. Thank you. Yes, that. Betsy just wrote it out for you guys. I appreciate that so much. Also, hey, Betsy, I didn't see you on here. And hey, Lee, I didn't see you either. Oh my gosh. No, you're so good. Don't you worry about it. It's so much lingo. I know. We're going to do these also like this. Good morning, Lena. How are you? Wow, that was a big nose, but that's okay. I didn't mean for it to be that big. That's funny. And then for the hearts, I actually think that this is where we're going to add in just a little bit of color. But like still edgy, you know, tough. Perfect. Aw, thank you. I love doodling. Projects are like, these can be a multitude of things. If you have home renovations going on that you want to track, if you're doing like a craft idea, it could also be for Christmas shopping. Like if you want to make this your what needs to get done this week, things like that, people you need to get gifts for. I'm trying to think of what projects I have. I have to really work on my fall. I guess fall haul, like really getting clothes out and things like that. And also, I think that's it. So I'm also going to add in some stickers while we're talking about this. I really like adding in our stickers. We did restock these. Like, look, there's a skeleton. Wait, that's perfect. I'm just going to peel this off. And then these are the variety stickers. And then where should we add this little guy? Probably under projects. Or, oh my gosh, no, I know. We're going to add it right here. Perfect. And then let's also add in, oh my gosh, the gnome is so cute. I feel like I want to stick with the black ones for this week. Next week I'll add in some different types, like like the colored ones, like the ghost. That's not colored. But like, you know what I mean, non-theme ones. So actually, I think that's the only sticker I'm going to add in for the moment. Because next week, I'm like envisioning all of this. And like, I already see it coming to fruition. So I also want to write in, it just popped into my head after seeing the book club vote. I want to add that into my morning Friday box. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and Saturday afternoon, we're going to do the skull that I was attempting to draw. Or do I want to do this one? I think I like this one more, to be totally honest with you. You have not missed it. It is this Friday. So we will be voting this Friday for November's pick. This Thursday is the chemist's daughter meeting, and so we'll be meeting with Blake Dodge, the author of The Chemist's Daughter. So November's pick is going to come out. I'll announce it probably Monday morning. You guys are going to vote for it Friday. A5 is the smaller planner. I'm going to go with the T. I think that one's cuter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so happy to hear that. And then we're also just gonna, it's cute. They made the tea bag like coffin shape. I guess it can be different shapes, but I like that this one is the coffin shape to align with the skull theme. The skulls were hard. And then this one over here. And then this one is upside down. And then we're going to draw on the little actual T, or I feel like it's more supposed to be red water, but you know what I mean. So we're going to go in just like this. Boo, boo. And then okay. So what we're going to do is actually do the skulls first, just because I had some tweaks that I need to do. Like this one needed to be lower. And then we're going to do the bottom one over here that's swimming. And then I'm actually just going to erase. I always have the habit of like going over one that I don't mean to. So I really like to be proactive and erase the lines that I'm not trying to draw. There we go. And then this is the T. Perfect. This is working, you guys. Wait, I'm actually really excited for this to come together. And then the tea bag is next. That's going to go right here. And we can't forget to actually connect it. And then this will be the, okay, yep. Okay, and then we're going to erase it so we can all see what we're working with. And then we're going to color it in. And I'm going to use that zebra mild liner that I used up here for this. That'll go right down there. Beautiful. Yep. And then what I'm going to do is actually take Skull Brew. Pun intended. And then so I always host monthly reflection lives, and I always upload those recordings to the tube as well. So next week we will actually be doing our full November setup, which also does include October's monthly reflection. So those are great resources to utilize. Absolutely. We're going to do the meal planning next. For this, I'm just going to grab that gray pen again. Thank you so much. Wednesday night. Probably some chicken dish. Thursday is leftovers. And then I don't know yet for Friday and Saturday. I never know those coming into this. Those are always the 2 days I'm like, we'll see when we get there, or a little further down in the week. Next, we're going to take, I just wanted to add in, so I have really all the tasks and things like that. I did want to note that I went for a long walk. And then just back here, we're just going to keep adding in some of those skulls. Different ones though, so like that. And then they're kind of looking like ghosts, but that's okay. Once I add in, there we go. Okay. Next, we're just going to write in a little bit of what we're going to do on Saturday, just so we can make sure that we are documenting everything that's going on. So this is going to be just a little fall day. Yes, Dorothy. So those are available for 2026. So make sure to check out our LIB for that. For now. They will be coming to TikTok. Nope, you didn't miss anything. You're so good. I also will be posting later some more information, but yes. Dorothy, you haven't missed a thing. You are so good. Because, for the mid-years, we did sell out of all of the B5s, but for those 2026 planners, we have them, if that makes sense. Next week, we have a lot going on, so I'm just going to start to write that down. So let me move this ribbon out of the way. So I'm going to go, January, February, March, April, 10. start playing with me. The 28th, so Tuesday the 28th, I'm going to be hosting a 3-month goal check-in as part of our Classes with Caitlin ongoing series. So 3-month goal check-in. And I'll make a live event for that as well. So then what we're going to do is... Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's so good to know. Okay, great. Wait, I'm so excited. And then I think we're going to do it. So I think the 30th is when we're going to set up our monthly reflection. So 10:30 will be monthly reflection. And then 10:31 will be the November setup. Okay, perfect. And then I just wanted to look up one thing. Yay! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to hear that. Yes, Life Journey. I remember you getting yours last year. I just wanted to take a look at one thing. Okay. I also want to add in... I need some more... I need like another skull or something. Ooh, okay, we're going to do... Wait, that is everything. Yes, you guys, that's what this community is all about. Let's do this one just because we're going to do this one actually. The question is where? I think over here. Or down here. Or over here. We got options. Or down here actually. We're going to do it down here. So none of the first 3 options. We're going to go like this. And then, which one did you end up going with, Life Journey, for this round? And then we're going to do the little bow. And then the little crossbow bones. And then this one's going to come. Starry Sky. Yes. Oh my gosh, such a good choice. I love the Starry Sky. Did you go A5 or B5? So many questions. And then... let's see. Ooh, yes, good choice. You guys are loving those B5s. And then I'm going to erase this so far. Yes. Have an amazing day, Kiara. Happy, Monday. I almost said Wednesday for some reason. I don't have the exact date in yet on that. Okay, perfect. Wait, this one came out really cute. And then we're gonna do a different nose on this one. And we're just gonna color those in. Perfect. Wait, that actually came out. Now that is a cute skull. I want to add something here. Let's add, we're gonna add this one. I think that this one's also cute. And then, so I think for these, we're gonna start again with the skulls. I think it's easier that way. So we're gonna start with the one at the angle. She is a cute little skull. These ones I actually think need to be wider. Perfect. And then that'll go there. And what's cool is like it gives an imagery of like cherries, but it's also a flower. Like it's really cute. I loved this one. And then this one. Okay. Now we're just going to color over these so we can see where we're at. And then doing the same thing on this side. Okay. And then I'm just gonna, again, erase what I had. For some reason today it feels like it's erasing more of the Sharpie than normal. I don't know why. So we're actually just gonna go over this one. And then I'm going to draw a circle. Nothing too. And then we're just going to draw the leaf. Okay. And then I'm going to, good morning, Rachel. Hello. I'm so glad you can make a little bit of this. Popping on. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? I loved the picture you sent last week. Oh, I'm so happy you did. We've been missing you on here. I hope that you and the kiddos and the family are doing well. I know that back to school time's always tough. Oh, yay. I'm also good. And then I'm just going to do these in this one. Perfect. And that is exactly what I wanted for this week. The last thing I really wanted to do was just outline these as well. Okay. Am I missing anything? Okay. You guys, that was the last thing that I wanted to do on our weekly plan with me. That is our skull theme for the week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I appreciate all of you guys. And again, tune in tomorrow night for our 60-minute reading sprint at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on TikTok Live. Bring whatever book you want to read and have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.